Hi again, it's Rik Gitlin. I'm your Paris concierge, and today I wanted to talk about a couple of fine points that are important to know when organizing your trip to Paris. The first thing is you're going to probably be coming with some kind of electronics with you, whether it be your digital camera, whether it be your computer or your handheld device, whether it be if your wife is coming or you're coming on your own and you have a hair dryer or a hair straightener or things like that. All of those are electronics, and you need to be aware of some issues about electricity differences between France and America or other places in the world. France operates on 220. So if you come with a digital camera or a computer, what you're going to need is something called a plug adapter. A plug adapter just changes the formation of the plug. So in America we have the two little flat prongs, and in France we have two round prongs. So all it does is adapts and changes, but it still allows the same electricity to go in, because things like computers and telephone chargers and digital camera chargers all are universal power supply. They'll accept from 110 to 240. So you're totally fine. All you're going to need is a plug adapter. They cost 50 cents to $1 at any electronics store or hardware store in America. So pick a couple of those up, drop them in the bottom of your suitcase, and you're set. That way you can plug your computer in, you can plug your phone in at night when you go to bed, and your phone will be charged. The other thing is you want to have something which is a power converter if you're bringing something like a hairdryer or you're bringing something that heats up. Now, for example, if you rent an apartment through Paris Luxe, almost all of their apartments, there are already hair dryers in place, so you don't need to bring a hair dryer. And you just check with me before you come to make sure that your apartment is already preloaded with a hair dryer. Then you can leave it at home and you don't have to worry. But if you plug an American hair dryer in with a plug adapter and you plug it into the wall, your hair dryer is going to last 1 nanosecond before it explodes. And I quite literally have a drawer full of old burned out hair dryers from people who've plugged them in and not understood the difference. So clearly, anything with a heating unit, you don't want a hair. If you have an electronic thing that heats, you need a plug and power converter. If you have anything that's an electronic that accepts a universal power supply, all you need is an adapter. The other things are a small difference in when you're talking to me, your concierge, about ideas of places to eat in restaurants. One of the big things you want to think about is the difference between a bistro, a cafe, a brasserie. Those are three distinctly different kinds of eating experiences. And I think it's fun, and my goal as a concierge, to try and give all of the guests maybe a flavor of different things. A bistro is a small restaurant that might have maximum 10, 12, 15 tables and has a limited menu which is delicious traditional French food. A cafe is going to be a place, quite literally as it says, where you're going to go and sit and have a coffee. The food that's offered in cafes will often be things that are very easily just heated underneath a hot plate, warmer kind of thing, a little toaster oven. So you're going to have croque monsieur, which is basically an open-faced sandwich with melted cheese. Cut sandwiches, small salads. Cafes have wonderful salads in Paris, and that's a great thing to do if you're basically wanting to eat fit. You can basically have salads in any cafe in Paris. You'll have a large, copious salad for not a lot of money. The next step up from cafes, as I said, are bistros. Delicious food, often very traditional, small, local neighborhood. There are bistros all over Paris, and the goal is to find the bistro that's the best, that's right near your apartment. It will end up being what the French call your QG, which is your quartier général. It just means your local hangout. It'll be the place that you go when you're really too tired to go out somewhere nice for dinner, but you don't necessarily cook, but you want to go out and have a nice dinner, but you can just wear jeans, you can wear sneakers, you can be relaxed, and go ahead and have a nice, easy dinner. So that's what you want to do with that. The last is something like brasserie. A brasserie is a large, noisy, full of energy restaurant, a little bit off along the flavor of if you've ever seen from my epoch, Hello Dolly, or things like that. It's a place where waiters are moving around at high speed, basically going from one place to another. And that's very traditional cuisine also, but lots of energy. You want to be entertained. You don't mind if it's noisy, and that's a great fun evening. Then there are basically restaurants. Restaurants are unique in the sense that in France, a restaurant is a little bit more specific than in America. Everywhere you go to eat a dinner is a restaurant or a coffee shop, I suppose. But basically what you want in restaurants are going to be fusion foods, specific foods, chef-dominated restaurants, which are named or run by famous chefs, which is more the kind of meal you want to have when something is special. It's an important meal for you, and you're going to probably want 2 or 3 kind of nice fancy dinners, and those are going to be in restaurants.